So good viewers, I finally saw Fast 9 tonight. I was meant to have seen it in its opening weekend last month, but really I just couldn't bring myself to do it. But I'm kind of glad I waited until now. And what did I think of it? The 9th entry in this Fast saga? Well, stick around and I'll tell you some more. Pow! I have to tell you right away that I am a fan of this series. I've seen all the entries, well actually apart from Tokyo Drift and Too Fast, Too Furious. I wasn't really into those ones because Vin Diesel wasn't really in them. Well, he was in number 3, wasn't he? Or was it number 4? See, I'm losing track of time now. But I will say that this doesn't take itself seriously. I mean, because some of the original writers left the series, so that kind of explains its rule. It's almost jumping the shark, this film, in a good and bad ways. But what did I like about Fast 9? Well, obviously you got the engaging chemistry between Michelle Rodriguez and Baldy himself, Vin Diesel as Dominic Toretto. You never mess with one of those family members, they're worse than the mafia. And when we do see the movie, it opens up in 1989. That was a very good year for me as well, funny enough. And we see like a NASCAR race, which is actually beautifully filmed. Like the camera work in that by Justin Lin, the director, it's really like in your face, but it's really well done. All practical effects, and I loved it, except for the fireball accident that happens not long afterwards. So we do find out that's Dominic's dad, and he has to get this race fixed because he owed debts to people that he borrowed money from. And then, of course, we see the forgotten brother, Jacob, played by John Cena, who pops up in the film much later on. So that's kind of all good and sundry. And then we do kind of get into the more farcical aspects of this movie. I mean, it was just me and probably 2 other guys in the cinema, and I think we were just in it for the laughs, really. Like I said, this is probably the weakest entry in the series, and towards the end of this video, I'll talk about my favorite Fast and Furious films. But really, I think some of the pacing, it kind of lags a little bit here and there. You got the engaging chemistry between Rodriguez and Vin Diesel. Those two are always dynamite on the screen, whatever the situation. They're in it for the laughs. It's also a multi-billion-dollar franchise, so whether you hate all the beautiful women dancing around, the loud hip-hop music, but for me, it's all about the cars. That is like, you come here to see the cars. Now, there was a cameo, I was dreading it, and I thought, oh my, I'm gonna walk out of this movie. So Cardi B makes the most unlikeliest believable security guard you've ever seen. I mean, it's such a joke. And she's only in the scene for like 2 minutes. Thank God. I think they just knew they had to get rid of her. But the take between her and Vin Diesel is actually quite funny because you can see Diesel can't keep a straight face while he's acting with her. And I thought that was kind of cool. So if they do release a blooper scene of that one, I'll be sure to share it on social media. But yeah, I got to say as well that the chemistry between Ludacris and Tyrese Gibson, it's the one thing that actually keeps the movie afloat, if I have to be absolutely honest. When Han turns back up, played by Sung Kang, it's not bad, but I mean, Tyrese Gibson does come out with a running gag in the whole film, which is like, they've gone on so many missions, they've stopped a tank, they've been on a submarine, and now they're about to go into outer space. I kid you not. Well, it's at the edge of space, but they are in space. So yeah, it's that whole scene is completely, yeah, I don't even know if I should even explain that. I think you should just go and watch the movie and see for yourself. It kind of makes a little bit of sense in terms of the plot, but you didn't really need it. And then again with Han's return from the dead, the way they explained it, it's connected to Kurt Russell's character or Mr. Nobody. He makes a welcome return, but in flashback form only. And no matter how much they try to explain how Han is like born again, a risen again guy, it doesn't really make sense. I think if Han just walked into the film and Gibson's character Ronan just says to him, "How you back?" And it's like, well, here I am. I think that would have been great. It would have kept the laughs coming, actually. It would have been like, yeah, we don't care. You thought he died at the end of Tokyo Drift. Well, here I am, baby. That would have been fine for me. I will say some of the stunt work is a bit iffy here and there. Yeah, obviously you get the things, you get the stunt pieces that defy more logical physics than Captain America's shield. But again, they're well staged. I've got to give them credit for that. The stunts are very well produced, and for the most part, they are quite good fun to watch. John Cena, he's just John Cena. He's likable. I would say he's probably got a little bit more acting chops than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, his main rival, on and off the wrestling pitch, and obviously in the acting world. Granted, Dwayne Johnson is the bigger film star in the world at the moment. I mean, I kind of contest that. I still think it's Tom Cruise, if I've got to be honest. The thing with Dwayne Johnson, he's kind of making these family-friendly movies because one day Johnson is going to be president of the USA, and I don't think John Cena has those kind of ambitions. He's kind of more interested in sticking to movies. So Fast 9, yes, the moment where we see Ronan and Ludacris's character in space in a jet fuel propelled car, it's yeah, I don't know what Elon Musk would make of that particular moment. I mean, I was cracking up in the cinema, and I think some of the guys were kind of like aghast with what was happening. But come on, this is a Fast and Furious movie. What were you expecting? I would say Helen Mirren is she's fantastic whenever she pops up on screen. Still great looking, still in it for the laughs. She's driving a car, but I'm pretty sure she's got a pretty good stunt double to do all the hard work. I've got to say, some of the evasive driving scenes are great. Also, you kind of feel that the influence of Top Gear is in this as well. And Forza Horizon, where you're racing against a flying vehicle. I thought, come on guys, you can be a little bit more original than that. I will say in terms of originality or bringing a new flair to the chase scenes, Dominic and the crew have a magnetic weapon installed in their vehicles, so it kind of pulls nearby shrapnel onto moving enemies. That was quite good. I actually enjoyed that. The physics and everything else, it was pretty good. And I will say Charlize Theron, she's having a lot of fun. She's kind of like this female Hannibal Lecter without the Armie Hammer appetite for flesh, and that's quite good, but just not an effective role. I'll give Charlize Theron some credit. She's having fun. Yes, she's in it for the paycheck, but also she knows this whole film is a complete laugh from start to finish. Now, I don't know if there's a post-credit scene at the end because I had to get up and go. I know some of the guys stuck around, but if there's a post-credit scene, I'm sure somebody in the comment section can let me know what I missed or didn't miss. But you know what? I'm going to give this movie a 3 out of 5 hot dogs. I feel that's fair in the grand scheme of things. Jordana Brewster, who plays Dom's sister, that woman needs to eat a lot more burgers. She's getting so skinny. The last time she looked good was in the 2nd season of Chuck. So that will probably tell you something. So I was going to round off this review by revealing my favorite films of this series. So number 1 is got to be The Fast and the Furious. Actually, no, it's just Fast and Furious, wasn't it? No, The Fast and the Furious from 2003. That is the most grounded of the films. When you're thinking about stealing DVD players as a way to make your living, and people laugh at DVD players and DVDs in general, but that's still a killer format anyway. And some of my movie and TV collections are made up of DVDs, and plus DVDs are cheaper than Blu-rays in some cases. Also, I would say that my second favorite would be Fast 5, when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson came into it and really shook everything up. Fast 6 is awesome because you have that amazing London Underground fight between Gina Carano and Michelle Rodriguez. That is a fantastic moment. And then the last one I'll say will be Fast and Furious, or Fast 4. I can't remember what they called it now. Fast and Furious 4. That was good. Also, if you kind of pay attention to all of the entries after well, from 4 onwards, you'll see people like Shea Wiggum turning up again. Lucas Black, you know him from American Gothic, and some of the other schmoes from Tokyo Drift. So, you know, it is all about family. You're kind of bringing back actors who have been in previous movies, just so that, you know, you don't forget anything. But honestly, guys, I think when they get to Fast 10, just end it there. You've done the crazy stuff. There isn't anything else you can do. They could probably get a warship, actually. I don't think they've done a warship yet, but whether the American Navy would even approve that is to be seen. So on that one, guys, take it easy, stay cool in this hot weather, and I'll catch you real soon.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.